sun starts to set. We're going to see how much light is left by the end of this early evening game here on the NFL on EA Sports. Straight ahead is what should be a very entertaining matchup between our visitors. Officially beyond the halfway point now, eyes starting to shift to the playoff picture as this Week 10 game gets underway. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. They're brought out by one of the strongest throwers in the game and a great athlete as well from Tennessee, Joe Milton.
And if he could only flip that 3-to-1 ratio, have it be 3 touchdowns to 1 pick, instead of the other way around, I think we'd have seen that loss flip to a win as well. Clean slate this week. We'll see what he's done to address the showing from his last time out.
So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
Now running here with Jaden Blue. Well, maybe the rest of the game is going to be headed in the proper direction, Brock, but their first play winds up going backwards. So some immediate revenge for that last play, Brock. I don't know, or what do you think? Is it going to take away the pain from giving up that big run the prior play?
Not necessarily, because it really does take a group failure to give up a big run like that in the NFL, but it also takes a whole lot of teamwork to knock them behind the sticks. Job well done there.
And just gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's the rookie from Texas A&M who took him down.
You know, Kate, it's almost as if the defense invited him to make that throw. That was a play they knew they could defend, and they stopped it right at the line.
Milton now on 3rd down. Has it downfield working the left. And he's going to be taken down here after he takes it to the 45. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And that's good for a new set of downs.
That's a statement throw right there. A statement throw that lets the opposing defense know it's not just going to be check down Charlie today. They're going to be willing to push the ball down the field, and this defense better respond.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Just a yard left to go on 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 46-yard line.
3rd down run with Blue. Still has some space inside the 35. And they're going to be set up just outside that red zone. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
On the set.
Coming to the line for another 1st and 10. Connecting on the slant. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 5 still to go here. This is 2nd down.
At the 19-yard line.
Come on, come on.
And he gets the handoff. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. Just 2 yards there on the carry. They're going to need another 2 now on 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 2.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Throwing now on 3rd and 2. Ooh, put some heat on that one, Brock, but it falls incomplete. Well, he's been perfect to that point on the drive, Brock. First time we've seen this coverage force him into a misstep in a while.
I know you hear me talk all the time, Kate, about the rhythm of an offense, right?
Yeah.
And I look at it through those optics so much. But it's the same thing defensively. You've got to get a stop, see the ball hit the ground to knock them out of that rhythm.
60 Bison.
They'll run the toss to Blue. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. We've got a break in the action. Looks like someone was shaken up on the play. Medical personnel out now to attend to him. And keep this drive moving, partner. Here's another 1st and 10.
Here we go. Shot. Ready.
Brought in. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Give on 2nd here to Blue. And they'll fight ahead for a few. It's 3rd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. The Bulls finish up an excellent opening series. Well, we all knew who that final pass was going to go to. That entire drive really ran through him, and it continued all the way to 6.
Kind of became clear, right? After the 2nd or 3rd catch, somebody this defense overlooked in their game plan, and it took exactly one series to exploit it. Now, offensively, call it till they stop it.
Now we'll see them try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bulls will jump out to a 7-0 lead. They put a touchdown on the board, and now they'll send it away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. So they come on offense now, ready for their opening drive. And it'll be their 2nd-year quarterback who's bringing them out.
Just an all-around great performance from him last week, Kate, in the win. Those 2 touchdowns he had played a big part in the victory, no question. But so did keeping it clean, not throwing a pick. You want to become friendly with your own defense? Make sure they don't have any extra possessions to defend. He did his job, and so did his teammates.
First call here coming from the shotgun.
Here we go. Here we go. Go.
First carry here for Braylon Allen. Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that 1st down play. Well, the extra blocking sure didn't spring that run the way they hoped it would, Brock.
In the old West Coast system, you call 12 personnel, 2 tight ends, Tiger. Tiger package comes on the field. That was a whole lot more like a kitty cat effort there.
Throwing from the gun. Completed over the middle. And he's going to have this up and across midfield, partner, to the 48. It's again at 27 yards to move the chains. I'm not going to call this a must-score drive here in this first quarter, Brock, but when your opponents start the game with 6, it feels like you need some sort of answer.
You need a response, right? You need a response. You don't need all these home runs or big highlights. You just need to keep matriculating that ball down the field.
On the ready.
The ball's on the 48. Here we go. First down. They're going play action. And this time they're going to get to him before he can get that pass away as he goes down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, all the data lately has taught us really clearly. Sacks, negative yardage plays. They not only just destroyed that play, they destroyed drives. Well done, defense.
2nd down and 19 yards to go after that sack. Pass play coming here. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
I hate to be Mr. Negative guy, but a sack 2 plays ago, an incompletion right there. All that's missing, Kate, is an interception on this play, and you're going to hand this quarterback a misfortune trifecta that nobody wants.
Here he goes, 3rd and long. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So no initial clapback, at least not immediately. Gonna have to play from a deficit for at least a little while as that opening drive stalls out.
And your hope here offensively is that deficit remains unchanged when you get the ball back the next time, because you do not want to be looking 2 scores down to start this one out.
And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Cougar 19.
Shotgun snap, a give to Blue. Dropped by the first guy he met. No gain on that first down run.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling our running backs, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Finds him over the middle. And he is stopped as he reaches that 46-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
No doubt they'll take a repeat of how this game began, Brock, and that play has them on their way towards it.
Scripting for success. They'll keep pressing the advantage, too, until some resistance has got to finally appear.
Off the play fake. Here's Milton. He's trying to push the field. He has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got second down.
It's now second.
Kate, this quarterback gets out of the pocket. Genuinely a coin toss whether he's going to keep it with his legs or put it in the air. Sigh of relief there defensively as that ball falls incomplete.
Milton going to throw again here, 2nd and 10. Escapes the pocket. And this great effort winds up getting him well into enemy territory before he's brought down. He gets 16 yards on that play. And that gives him the first.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a first down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more. After the 3-yard pickup, it's 2nd and 7.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
It's a design boot. Makes the connection. This is Jaden Blue. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25.
A gain of 10 yards. That's another San Diego.
We're to the end of one. Still a one-possession game in the early stages. More of the NFL on EA Sports right after this. Welcome back. We're all set to start the second. Offense already out to resume its drive. Here's Milton, 1st and 10. Teams getting out there and ready to resume play. They were looking for him again, Brock, and for a moment, we thought he had another catch, but then that contact knocked the football from his hands.
Kind of become a victim of his own early success. Not too different, Kate, than a pass rusher that gets a sack. You know what happens? Got to slide to him, got to chip to him. You get a receiver that gets it going like this, you know more contact and more focus is coming his way.
And they're going to have 1st and goal as he gets this down to the 4.
Even with everything he racked up on that run, you could argue he deserved maybe a little bit more. That call was the perfect one to break for big yards. The only thing that saved the defense from a score was getting that contact to slow him down and eventually, finally, stop him.
Offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Blue is across the line. That's a San Diego touchdown. The Bulls pull that in front further, 13-zip. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Kicking team out to try the extra points. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bulls double their lead to 14. And after they reach the end zone, they'll kick it off and turn things over to the defense. That's going to be taken in at the 8. Making some progress here. And a good effort here as he gets it out past the 35-yard line. The Bisons and their quarterback ready to take over once again. And we're getting a look at the leaders in passing touchdowns this season here, where you will find his name among the top 5 right now in the NFL. We've set it down from 37.
60 bites.
They go play action on 1st down. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete. Ball stays at that 37. Here's 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
It's caught left side by Mitchell. And he is hauled down right at that midfield stripe. Give him 13 on that play. And they're going to have a 1st down now. Running from the pistol. Here's Allen. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
It's now 2nd and 6.
Takes the handoff. Now to throw. All in left side. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. So they'll head up here 1st and 10 from the 34.
Ready.
1st down, Bison.
He takes off with it.
The quarterback keeps it on the option.
So the run goes backwards. What do you think, Brock? Is it time that they start getting a little more aggressive, take some more risks offensively?
Not in my book. You've not earned that right. I think a lot of play callers feel that same way, too. I mean, you get to earn the right to be aggressive and take shots when you can do the basics, like, I don't know, run for a positive gain.
Short pass brought in. And he's able to get this to the 32 before going down. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here.
Here we go. Back. Cowboy in.
3rd and long for him here. He has the first over the middle. And in he goes for the touchdown. The Bisons make it a 1-score game in the first half.
That's some good old-fashioned playground football. Even at the elementary school, find the fastest kid and let him run.
Now the PAT try coming up. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Bisons chop the lead in half. It's down to 7.
Bison 7.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. This return starts at the 5. And this will give him some decent field position here, partner. This gets out to the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
On the jump.
Starting out trips right here. 1st and 10.
Ready. 70. Ready.
Milton. Chased out to his right. He's keeping it. They'll take him down after he advances this up to about the 43. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that gives him a 1st down.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Now Milton to throw. On him quick, and they bring it down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
Come on.
Out of the gun, it's Milton. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. So now it's going to be 3rd and long.
Let's go now. Bronco 80.
Shotgun snap here to Milton. Oh, put some heat on this deep ball. Left side.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
He'll scrape together what he can on the return. He gets it back to the 20. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. And that last drive, no answer for what they were doing through the air, so expect some tighter coverage this time around.
Let's go. Ready.
1st down, play action. That's incomplete for the moment. We do have a flag down, but it might not be good news for their offense. That's usually where we see holding calls. So the refs get him for holding, and that's going to back this offense up. And holding penalty is going to make 1st down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out.
Here we go.
Back to throw. The ball's out, he lost it. And the defense has it. Defense recovers, that's a turnover.
You know, in a situation like that, I mean, this is a perfect situation in football. Offensively, just get out of your own end zone. With those defenses, they can just smell it. It's like they taste it. And they know you've got your back against the wall. They're aggressive. They take the ball away. That is a win-win for this defense.
This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And as he accumulates catches this season, Brock, some have stuck out to us more than most. And we had one of them on that last drive as he's reached a significant milestone for himself this year. Offense to the line. Here we go.
Get it. Go.
On the ground, this is Phil Moffat. He starts out this drive with a nice gain of 8. Second down.
Cool thing about a drive starting run like that, Kate, is it really just gives you every opportunity in the playbook, whatever you want to do. But as for me, I like to reward that runner. Give it to him again and see if he can get you a new set of downs.
Running for the marker on second. And they were ready for this one. No running room at all. He's taken down behind the line.
Hey, I love the jet sweep as much as anybody, Kate. It could be super effective, but here's the deal. Once you send that receiver in motion, well, you're doomed. Because if they bring an edge pressure or there's a blitz, there's really no stopping it. Once that thing gets started, there's no audibling out of it.
And it's incomplete, and that's going to bring up fourth down.
The numbers tell us pretty clearly, you get to third and long, extra long, it's really hard to stay on the field. That's disappointing because that was third and manageable in an incomplete.
And it is good. No problems there on the shorter attempt. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
What a season this guy's having. Yet to miss on a field goal this entire year. And I really hope I didn't just jinx him.
Fielded at the 7. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The offense headed back to the field. That score made it 17-7, but they can cut it back to a 1-score game here. All right, they're out and set. Here we go, 1st and 10. Beginning this drive with a run by Allen. And it looks like they're giving about 2 on the opening play of this drive.
I don't think that's the amount that they were looking for there, Kate. Can lead to some shuffling around here in the playbook. Find a more aggressive call on second.
Throwing off the play fake. Finds him on the crossing route. And they're going to get to him right along that midfield stripe, Brock, as he's sent out. They got 21 yards on the play. And that'll set him up with a fresh set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Just 2 minutes to play here in our opening half. More from San Diego in just a bit. So a new set of downs. Here we go, 1st and 10.
Here we go, set. Practice.
They're throwing it. Got for big yards on the right side. And he is down to the 30-yard line. So 20 yards on that play. And that means 1st down. Defenders in the area, they still make the connection, Brock. Almost looked like it was just another throw on the practice field.
Yeah, this is how you just develop that just trust factor, that connection. We see it with QBs and tight ends, and the best of them make it look easy.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
Here we go, set.
Quickly out wide, it's Mitchell. And he's brought down after a short gain. The defense calls a timeout. That's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down.
Ready. 19. Ready.
Throwing it again here. Hits him on the end route. And he's brought down at the 17-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here.
60 boxes. 60 boxes.
Louisville. 1st down. A gain of 11 on the play.
From the red zone now.
1st down.
Cut out left. And he will take this in. Touchdown. The Bisons make it a 1-score game before halftime. So he finds his man in space, and then the wideout takes advantage. Nice finish there to take it in for 6.
Yeah, no question about it. We know points are always a premium in this league, and this really becomes a 3 to 4 point play. Right, when you don't have to settle for field goals, you could throw it underneath and your receivers do that much damage in the open field and score a touchdown. That's big time.
Setting up to try the point after. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bisons cut it to a field goal game.
Bisons 14.
Raleigh set up, and it's away. Just a three-point game now. Here's a return from the 7. This makes it up to the 25.
Take over. First down and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready, break.
Offense showing trips out right as they get set for this 1st and 10.
Come on. Hit.
Milton now. Batted away at the line. Incomplete. He didn't put it high enough to get it over that line. 2nd down coming up.
Kate, I think that's a little taster, little entree of what's to come for this wide receiver. He's going to have to make some plays into some contested coverages, and he couldn't do it right there.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. The defense calls a timeout. So that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down.
Let's go. Stretch the eagle.
To throw, Milton. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And that brings up 4th and long. The Bulls sending out their punt team. Brought down before the return gets far. They take over on offense now pretty late in this 1st half. They still have access to a pair of timeouts, a little time left as well, so points very much in play here. Let's see how they attack this 1st down, partner, from the 45.
Let's go now.
Working now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. Offense to the line fast.
70.
First down. A gain of 11 on the play.
To the air now on 1st and 10.
First down.
Looking right, and he finds it. And he hits that enemy 25-yard line before he is sent out. Offense is set. 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Throwing now out of the shotgun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, it's hard for me to get too mad at him for missing a touchdown when he's already got 2 in his pocket. Maybe fantasy managers might not agree with me on this one, Kate. But don't worry, as hot as he is, I bet you a 3rd one's coming at some point.
And he gets this down inside the red zone before going out.
Rhythm. You hear me talk about rhythm a lot. Whether it's a golf swing, a baseball swing, heck, even a bowler. Gets himself into rhythm, and I'm just telling you, Kate, from experience, these little throws to running backs, it's one of the best things to get your offense into rhythm and a nice little gain on top of it.
He got the football card, but not the first. That stopped just shy of the marker, 4th down. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. So the field goal team stays sidelined. They're going to go for this. Trying to push this past the marker. And they come through to stay on the field. That is enough to set this offense up with a 1st and goal. Now a timeout taken by the offense, and we're going to see if they try for 2 plays here or just try the field goal right now.
Here we go.
Looking to throw on 1st and goal. Escapes the pocket. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Bisons take the lead just before halftime. Manage that clock beautifully. Down to the final moments, Brock, and they get the score just before halftime.
That doesn't change the theme of the halftime speech, but I guarantee you it adds some enthusiasm to the tone. That was awesome.
They'll try this extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bisons take a 4-point lead.
21, Bulls 17.
So we'll see if it's a kick return that ends our half, or if we get a play from scrimmage, as this one's away. Return starts at the 9. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. So we have a one-score game here at the break. Now it's time for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott Hansen, take it away.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Kate Scott and Brock Heward.
All right, Scott, thanks so much. We are back, and this one's shaping up to be an exciting one. Very close game, Brock, as we start our third quarter. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25-yard line. So their offense will have it first to begin quarter number 3. They've certainly had no issues scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they can really use some more points on this drive.
Okay, ready?
Here we go now. Time to start this drive. 1st and 10.
Okay, ready? Ready.
Now throw to start the drive. Jump off, caught by his back. And he's going to be stopped right around the 37. This is the type of performance a former quarterback, just like yourself, Brock, can marvel at. He's carried a great performance through much of this game. Even as the defense adjusted, tried to slow him down, none of it mattered.
I like the way you say that right there, Kate, because these moments the game does slow down. It is so fast on the field for the normal person, but when a QB's in a rhythm like this, the game is slow and he is dicing it.
Now he takes it, and he's going to be driven out by a defender just before he can get it up to midfield. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
A gain of 12. And a Louisville first down.
Throwing now off the play action. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Got it. Ready?
Throwing out to the left. Cut. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
The defenders, they were ready for that throw, stopping him right at the line of scrimmage.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10.
Let's go. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. Ready?
Here he goes. 3rd and long. He's not going to be able to escape, and down he goes. And the defense comes through, and that's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Now that is exactly how you drew it up at halftime defensively. Make a big play. On that money down, you got to cash in on 3rd downs. They're going to be huge in the second half. Make sure you get yourself off the field in short order, which they did. And now you give some momentum to your offense when they get the ball back.
He has it at the 22. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return.
At their own 27-yard line.
On the jump.
Offense to the line. Here we go.
Go.
Off the play fake. Here's Milton. And he's going to slide down here. Picked up close to 5 before the slide. It's going to be second down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 32-yard line.
Let's go.
Up the middle, Blue. And he's going to be bottled up just a few yards into that second down run.
He was brought down by Dominic Hampton. It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and just 2 to go.
Here we go. Here we go. Cougar 19. Ready.
And again, it's Blue. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs. We get a stoppage here. One of their big blockers up front. In some pain following that play. He's being attended to. New set of downs for him. They'll start at the 38.
Get it. Step.
Going to the ground again on first. They're going to bring him down just after he crosses the 50. Well, this certainly has been a memorable contest for him. His coaches, man, they're going to take this kind of output every single game.
This goes a little beyond the expectations they have for him, maybe even for himself. What impresses me so much, Kate, the guy just doesn't tire. Getting stronger, literally, as this game's going on.
Ball just a yard shy of midfield. 1st and 10. Connecting on the slant. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop.
Hey, you like these results on first. That completion right there, right in the window where all options are now available to you on second down. That playbook wide open.
Ready. Wrap up. Go.
We'll hear from the pistol. And this is headed the wrong way. They're going to lose yards here. It's going to bring up 3rd down. The line between safeties and linebackers gets real blurred on plays like that, Brock. He handled that one just like a Mike would have.
Yeah, if injuries were to ever crop up, Kate, I bet he could handle the linebacker spot for them as well. Just tremendous diagnosis in that run support.
Ready, set.
Play number 7 on this drive, and they need 7 here on 3rd down.
Go. 18 Cardinal, 18.
To the air on 3rd and long. Another drop. The last 2 plays both should have been intercepted, but neither could be brought in. However, Brock, they do at least force this 4th down. They'll send out the punting unit. Fair catch called for and brought in at the 11. Now outruns their offense to take over. And unsurprisingly, Brock, a great day on the scoreboard so far for him. Has him with the advantage as we move through this 3rd quarter. On 1st down, they'll run. Breaks the tackle. He's got space ahead. And he's going to get this one to about the 22 before they take him down. They gain 11 on that play. And that is good for a 1st down.
Well, more often than not, it's the passing game that's asked to go from 1st down to 1st down in just one play. But when you get that big play potential on the ground, geez, it just infuses your offense with confidence.
They'll go play action on 1st down. Ooh, on him quick there, and they bring him to the turf. It's 3 sacks for the game so far. Brings up 2nd down.
Hey, I understand that call. You try to get play action to get away from the rush. The problem is this defense has just been relentless.
Ready. 19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Throwing on 2nd. He's in trouble, and they bring him down again. It's a repeat of the last play. That's going to bring them to 3rd down.
I know the scoreboard doesn't say it, but this has been a winning effort up front defensively. One of the keys to their success was going to be this pass rush and sacking the quarterback, and they can check that box.
3rd and long for him here. Short pass brought in. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the 1st.
How many times, Kate, do we see those routes, those horizontal east-to-west routes, just get that 1st down on these critical 3rd down situations? It takes tremendous eyes, tremendous speed, and a tremendous want-to by the defense to stop that short.
And a good return as he gets him up across midfield and into enemy territory.
At the 46-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 46.
Stephanie! Hawk 70, Hawk 7. Go!
Out of the gun, it's Milton. Complete over the middle. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. Move set of downs for him from the 31.
First down.
Ready!
First and 10 at the 30.
Play fake, it's Milton. Throw left side, Taylor has it. He's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or two short of the 25. Second and 6 coming up here.
4 yards on the pickup.
Here we go.
Second and 6.
Shotgun snap here to Milton. He's got it over the middle. And he's tackled after a nice pickup, but we've got a flag down. This could wipe that play away. A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. So this is going to be second down and long following the holding flag.
Panther 60, Panther 60.
Trying to throw this from the gun. Oh, tried forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. And the Bisons will take over as he records his first interception of our season.
At their own 26-yard line.
Second and long. They didn't have to pass, Brock, but you kind of knew that was what was coming. And they had the right coverage out there to pick it off.
Yeah, you really have two choices here, Kate, offensively, right? You could play conservative, try to get to a manageable third down, or you go step on the gas with aggressiveness. And I love aggressiveness. The problem where this defense saw it coming, and even more so, they took it away. They went up and attacked it and got the ball for themselves.
Give him 13 on that play. And that's going to bring up first down. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they do get him down, but the damage is done. This gets down inside the 35-yard line. So we're through 3 here. They've got it with a lead, hoping to carry it across the finish line. First and 10 from the 32.
Tag! 18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And they bring him down, but not before he advances it all the way to the 20. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
Defense was clearly focused on taking away the pass in that RPO scheme offensively. Feels so good when you get the job done and you get a chunk run on RPO. That's setting you up for some success.
Ready?
First down, and they go right back to it. And he's not going to manage to get back to the line even. Tackled for a loss. We've got second and 11. Man, some of these middle backers are so impressive these days, Brock. No problems at all for him to range downhill and cut that play down behind the line.
Kind of the calling card of the position played today. They're not as big as they once were, but boy, can they run. As you said, whether it's downhill or sideline to sideline like that.
And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
Throw here, third down. Dumps it off to his running back. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
It's plays like that, Kate, right wrong. When I sit and judge a defense, I judge the awareness. I judge how well that coordinator's got him equipped to see what's going on the field, and not just see it, but attack it. And they devoured that screen game on third down.
Kicked well, and this is good! And they're going to grow their lead late, but still a one-score ball game.
17.
Kate, it's 3 more on the scoreboard, but both sides really know it's all about one possession here in the fourth quarter when it really matters.
He puts one through the uprights, and now he'll send it towards the other end zone. Has this at the 6. He dodged the tackle, and he's brought down just beyond that 25-yard line. Here comes their offense out again. And you know that interception is in the back of their minds as they head back out there now.
Ready, break.
All right, they're out and set. Here we go, first and 10.
Ready, 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 ready.
Shaking off the pick quickly. He's going to throw. Fits it through the middle. And he will have this across that 40-yard line before they manage to stop him. That play good for 17 on a first down.
First and 10 at the 43-yard line.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
A third down run with Blue, and he'll get them enough for a first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
Here's Milton, first and 10. Flushed out of the pocket. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. Second down coming up.
I love the mobility here. It starts great, escapes the pressure, get out of harm's way. You just wish if you're the offense here, you could have found a completion to keep in rhythm.
Here we go, start. Like it.
Milton going to throw again here, second and 10. On screen here to Blue. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. That's going to go as a gain of 13 yards. And that's good for a new set of downs. New set of downs for him from the 31.
First and 10 at the 31-yard line.
First down, play action. Sends this to the end zone. And through the back of the end zone and out of bounds. Took his shot at 6 that time. So it'll be second down.
Let's go now. Cougar 19. Go.
Throwing now, Milton. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
Milton now on third down. Hits him on the out route. And he's out of bounds on a gain that takes him into the red zone, Brock, inside the 15. Give him an 18-yard pickup there. And that gives him the first.
For a San Diego first down.
Don't try forcing it to the slant. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kiko Mauinoa.
They'll take over first and 10 at their own 9-yard line.
There are costly interceptions, Brock, and then there are interceptions inside the red zone in the second half of a one-score game.
And if there is ever a time where ball security is paramount, it is right now. They made a great play. Don't get me wrong. They deserve a ton of credit right there. But as a quarterback, you cannot risk a turnover. It's touchdown, it's check down, it's throw the ball away. You're literally throwing points away with that pick.
Coming to the line for another first and 10. Throwing off the play fake. And that's going to fall incomplete. They wanted to get it right back to him after that run, but no luck on that throw. On the 24 once again. It's second and 10.
Here we go, here we go.
They'll run here from the gun. And they come through with a big stop there. Got him down for the loss as they keep fighting back here in the fourth. Digging deep in the playbook here, and this is third and 11.
Brings up third down and 11.
Looking to throw. And he didn't get enough into that throw. That's low and incomplete, so they're going to be facing fourth down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Gets him some. Back on that return, they're up in the neighborhood of midfield. This offense ready to get going again now. And this drive would be a win if they can just hang on to the football, Brock, coming off those back-to-back turnovers. Not deterred by that pick. He's throwing again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And nice work by the defense to start this drive out. It's a sack on the first play. 12 to go now on second down after the sack. Here's the backup. First throw. Finds him on the crossing route. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
10 at the 36-yard line.
They're going play action. Bails out of the pocket quick. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one. This one misses the tight end. And it's going to be second down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Throwing quickly, but it's incomplete.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
He'll throw it. And they knock away another one. 3 straight passes, Brock, failing to connect. That brings us to fourth down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, challenging this guy in a close game, you are tempting fate. He got one hand on it. He gets two. It could have gone the other way.
Desperation time here on fourth. And they don't get the catch they need there. Their hand was forced, Brock. Had to try and go for it, but they turn it over on downs.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and it's exactly what they did.
Can't slip that initial tackle. Stops made for no gain on that first down play. So we will not reach the 2-minute warning. The defense calling time here. 2:08 on the clock.
Let's go now.
He takes off left on this second down. Offense wins zone read, but what a read by the defense. They blow it up for a loss of 4. And the defense choosing not to let the 2-minute warning arrive just yet. They're going to call time. 2:06 left in our contest.
Here we go. Press roll 80.
Back to throw it. Defender is there. He knocks it away, and that's going to force fourth down.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a quarterback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
They'll have this fair catch right along the 25. We've reached the 2-minute warning in San Diego. Bulls down by 7.
On the set.
First look, a little pistol formation as they come to the line. 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. Looking slant route complete. And he fights his way down to the 35 before the defense can get him out. That's a 38-yard play for him to move the sticks. Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. He'll look to throw it. Brought in right side. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Offense is hurrying, time running down.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 29-yard line.
Back to throw. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete. So that play doesn't work out, but things make it even worse for them. Looks like one of their big guys out front is in need of a look from the training staff. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here.
Ready? 60 Eagles, 60 Eagles.
Now to throw. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that took some force right there. That took some serious defensive effort to force the incompletion. You're not going to see a lot of guys ever let go of a football when they got a first down right in their midst. But that force, that contact, separated man from ball.
Here he goes. Gotta have this on fourth down. So this one will not get it done. They're going to turn this over on downs.
It's a turnover.
Even the best receivers, they've got occasional breaks in concentration. You just never want to see it happen. One of the most important snaps of the game. If we know anything about this guy, though, it's he'll be up for the challenge the next time the ball comes his way.
The defense takes its third and final timeout. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. This won't run out the clock just yet, Brock. They're going to have to kneel it again after this one.
Ready.
They're drawn up for him. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with the win. Well, Brock, we both thought coming into this one that it was going to be a tough hill to climb going up against one of the better defenses in the NFL. But these guys looked and said, hill? What hill?
And you know what? I think that happened over the course of this week. Sometimes when you know what you're facing, Kate, and you're watching tape and it's a really good defense, you know you got to be on your game. And this offense certainly was today.
So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward,